Assalamualaikum. My name is Norazila binti Abdullah with matric number 273570. I'm going to explain about our company, Bertam Alliance Berhad. UH Staff Holding Berhad was the name under which Bertam Alliance Berhad was founded in Malaysia on June 27, 1994. On May 30, 1995, the firm went public on the Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. The company has transformed from a manufacturing company to a top real estate development organization. It has evolved into a group with extensive experience in the development of residential, commercial, and industrial properties, thanks to a significant corporate reorganization operation in 2002 that involved the acquisition of various property development enterprises. To better reflect the new identity, the company name was subsequently changed to Bertam Alliance Berhad on January 21, 2003. Due to Bursa Malaysia's denial of Bertam Alliance Berhad request for a waiver, the company has been categorized as an affected listed issuer under Practice Note 17 PN 17. According to a filing made today, the company's wholly owned subsidiary Bertam Development Sendirian Berhad BDSP, which represent at least 50% of the company's total asset, was subject to a winding up order when the board reached its judgment. In 2018, Bertam Alliance Berhad was added to the list of PN17 business to keep Bertam Alliance Berhad from going further into financial hardship and declaring bankruptcy. We would want to offer strategies to improve the company's financial status. The company's financial record for the 10-year period to attaining PN17 status were examined. To determine the reason for the reduction in financial performance at Bertam's Alliance Berhad, different methods of ratio analysis of financial statement have been conducted, including the Atzman Z-score 10 years before to PN70 status and the year of the company entered that position. So the Z-score can also be raised to a safer level with the aid of Excel solver. How Bertam Alliance Berhad's financial situation declined until it was listed as NPN70 business in the topic of our study. Next, consider how likely it is that this business will improve their financial status and recover using our strategies. The goal of the study is to examine the factors that contribute to poor financial management in a firm as well as the efficiency of the strategies employed to help this business improve their financial standing.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurhuda binti Fazin and my meeting number is 273613. I will continue presentation on ratio analysis. From this table, we can see why Bertam Alliance Berhad falls under PN17 company based on their financial performance. First, profitability ratio for Bertam Alliance Berhad is lower than the top 5 company under the same sectors. That means the company generates less revenue from the other company. Next, liquidity ratios and solvency ratio for Bertam Alliance Berhad are lower than top 5 company. That means Bertam Alliance Berhad less of the ability to repay short-term debt and long-term debt as well as volatile cash flow of the company. Next, Atzman Z-score. Atzman Z-score is used to predict corporate defaults and control measures for the financial distress status of the company. The variables generally used are liquidity, profitability, leverage, solvency, and activity. Financial distress is a situation that arises when revenue generated by the company are insufficient to repay its debts in a timely manner as originally promised to its creditors. 5 ratios are used to determine the Z-score. Z equal to 1.2 x 1 plus 1.4 x 2 plus 3.3 x 3 plus 0.6 x 4 plus 0.999 at 5. X1 means working capital divided by total asset. X2 means retained earning divided by total asset. X3 means earning before interest and tax divided by total assets. X4 means market value equity divided by book value of total liability, and X5 means sale divided by total asset. Altman Z-score has zone of discrimination. It has three range. First, Z is higher than 2.99. We can call it safe zone. Second, 1.81 lower than Z, lower than 2.99. We can call it gray zone. And lastly, Z lower than 1.81. That means it's the company has a distress zone. This table shows Altman Z-score for the period of the year 2009 until 2018. The result Z-score for the Batam Alliance Berhad is lower than 1.81. It means the company view unhealthy financial and high potential for a financial problem or bankruptcy. We took the Z-score in 2018 as a base to improve either safe zone or gray zone for the next 5-year period. From year 1 to year 4, we improve it to gray zone, while year 5, we improve it to the safe zone. To improve Altman Z-score for the next 5 years, we use a solver Excel. Solver Excel is an easy way to get the result from additional targeted observed ratio. From this table, we can see the company needs to generate higher earning before interest and tax from sale between 0.5 and 0.25. Next, for the company needs to reduce retained earning in the company between 0.1 to 0.2. Lastly, the company needs to reduce total liability in a company lower than 0.35. This is how we get result for Altman Z-score using solver Excel. First, the objective is a sale of Altman Z-score. Value of a target Altman Z-score. By changing variable cell, we need to input data using financial item, and subject to constraint is arrange additional targeted ratio. This outcome Altman Z-score for the next 5-year period using solver function. We can see that we can achieve the desired Altman Z-score using the function. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Kamila Putri. My matrix number is 273185, and now I will discuss about the financial information for computing pro forma for Batam Alliance Berhad. So in this table, it shows that the financial information, which is the income statement for 2018 that was needed to compute the pro forma for Batam Alliance Berhad. In year 2018, Batam Alliance is likely to have a gross loss, which is a negative 2,055,957 Malaysian ringgit. The company also had a loss from operation as much as negative 5,041,397 Malaysian ringgit. For the total comprehensive financial year, Batam Alliance also experienced a loss, which is a negative 20,400,118 Malaysian ringgit. This shows that Batam Alliance Berhad is having a financial problem for the year 2018 and only has a small amount of revenue, which is 870,139 Malaysian ringgit, rather than all of the losses that the company gained. So for the next part, this is the table for the balance sheets of Batam Alliance Berhad for 2018. It shows that the total for the non-current assets is 19,157,948 Malaysian ringgit, and the total for the current assets is 161,298,716 Malaysian ringgit. It shows that Batam Alliance Berhad non-current assets are full of valuable assets that cannot be recognized until after 1 year. It is also cannot fully cover for the short-term liability as they come due in the next 12 months. Bertam Alliance Berhad also has a large number of stocks, which is the RM, which is a 206,756,497 Malaysian ringgit. It is also increase in the share capital can cause a negative impact for the existing shareholders. Bertam Alliance Berhad also got retained loss in 2018, which is negative 20,510,564 Malaysian ringgit. And the retained loss should be of concern to an investor if a company has been in business for a long period of time, since it indicates that the entity has a struggle to find a consistent strategy for earning a profit. So now I will discuss about the data analysis for pro forma for Bertam Alliance Berhad. So this is the company 5-year annual pro forma income statements from 2018. So where the sales for the year 2018 is 870,139 Malaysian ringgit. So we use the sales growth parameter, which is 10%, as to indicate the next 5-year sales. We believe that the Bertam Alliance Berhad is increased by 10%. For the profit or loss before tax, in the next 5 years, it shows decreasing from year 1 to year 5. So we use the tax rate parameter, which is 40%, as to indicate the taxes for the next 5 years to get the net profit or loss. After we multiply the tax rate with the profit or loss before tax, we will get the net profit or loss for the next 5 years, where it shows a decline in numbers for each year. It shows that the Bertam Alliance Berhad will get a net loss for the next 5 years, which means if Bertam have a positive sales, its expenses and other costs will have exceeded the amount of money taken in as revenue. For the retained earning, it shows that they have a decreasing negative number for the next 5 years, which is this will cause a signal weakness because it indicates that the company has experienced losses in one or more previous years.
The primary goal of the study was to determine how Bertam Alliance Berhad entered PN70 and how to assist the company in exiting PN70. There has been numerous peer research done in their field and nation, but the goal of the study is to shed more light on how to identify financial difficulties that could result in bankruptcy for PN70 listed companies if nothing or only minimal alternatives are made to address those problems. Companies that are close to bankruptcy should start restructuring. This could aid in improving business performance, increasing profit, and lowering debt for those businesses. Additionally, the random effect model has been chosen as the outcome based on the finding of this investigation. So the study's goals have been met, therefore, the research question and objective have been well addressed based on the outcome. According to the result acquired, given that Bertam Alliance Berhad was able to endure throughout the year under study despite the unstable financial state of their business, we can conclude that it is a relatively great firm. We studied this business for 10 years before to their collapse in PN70, and we can see that Bertam Alliance Berhad is making every effort to survive for years to come while being on the verge of a terrible decline. Based on this conclusion, there are a few recommendations to make because there are many knowledge gaps that might benefit from more investigation. Since this study was limited to Malaysia, it is strongly advised that future researchers have better resources and access to more data conduct their studies there with additional independent variables to increase the accuracy of total debt estimation. Therefore, it is preferable if analysis tests are conducted independently over a longer time of analysis to provide better suggestion for improving the sample companies. As a conclusion to this suggestion, we advise Bertam Alliance Berhad to be more cautious with its financial management and take lessons from the past.